The Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves have battled through the intensity of competition for years now, each encounter building upon a growing and exciting rivalry. Over the past 6 years, tensions have steadily risen. Perhaps it began in 2018 when the Timberwolves broke a 13-season playoff drought by defeating the Nuggets in a decisive Game 82, taking the game in a thrilling overtime victory. Denver, of course, captured ultimate retaliation by eliminating the Wolves in the playoffs on their way to securing their first NBA championship. Amid these crucial confrontations, an intriguing exchange has taken place between the two teams. In 2022, the Timberwolves caused a stir in the NBA by enticing Tim Connelly, the Nuggets GM at the time, to serve as their new president of basketball operations. Connelly joined a team who already had coach Chris Finch and assistant coach Mike Norrie, both of whom previously served under Michael Malone in Denver. This season, Connelly orchestrated the acquisition of Monte Morris, formerly a fan favorite role player for the Nuggets, in a trade with the Detroit Pistons in February. In response to Connelly's departure, the Nuggets promoted Calvin Booth to lead their front office. Interestingly, Booth was originally hired by the Nuggets in 2017 from none other than the Minnesota Timberwolves organization. Additionally, Malone has two former Timberwolves coaches, Ryan Saunders and David Adelman, on his coaching staff. With such familiarity, including the 4 matchups they have each regular season, the 2024 playoff clash, and those of the future, promise to be battles of pure intensity. Both teams know each other inside and out, on the court and in team offices, leaving little room for surprises during the series. Connelly either drafted or orchestrated trades for numerous players pivotal in the Nuggets' championship journey. He also made the hiring decisions for Malone and Booth. Conversely, Ryan Saunders, assistant coach to Malone, coached several players central to the Wolves' resurgence this season, such as Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. But the parallels extend beyond just the people immediately involved. Both teams are based in mid-sized markets, not typically magnets for free agent signings. They share the experience of adversity. Minnesota's first-round sweep of Phoenix marked only the second time in the franchise's 35-year history that they progressed to the second round. Similarly, the Nuggets endured a 9-season drought without winning a first-round series, missing the playoffs for 5 consecutive years during that span. Despite the Nuggets securing a championship last season, and the Wolves gaining attention with the emergence of Anthony Edwards as a rising star, both organizations maintain a sense of humility regarding the uncertainty of the future. They certainly understand what it feels like to be underestimated in league decisions, and they are well aware of their opponent's strategies. As of now, there seems to be little animosity between the two teams, but we'll see how long that lasts. Towns, Jokic, and Wolves center Rudy Gobert were once seen as rivals, but Jokic's ascent as a multi-MVP winner and being widely recognized as the league's best player has earned him the unwavering respect from both Towns and Gobert. And Jokic has been quick to praise several players on the Wolves team for their unique abilities. These teams have predominantly grown from within. The series' top 4 players, Edwards and Towns for the Wolves, and Jokic and Murray for the Nuggets, were all drafted and nurtured by their respective teams. Both franchises amplified their core through astute trades like the acquisition of Gobert for Minnesota and Gordon for Denver, which significantly impacted their front court dynamics. Both trades, of course, happening under Connelly's watch. Additionally, they both took chances on small forwards, Michael Porter Jr. and Jaden McDaniels, who faced criticism pre-draft, but have since proven themselves as valuable assets. Their success is further underscored by sharp roster moves that have propelled both teams to their current stature as true contenders. When Connelly departed Denver in 2022, he knew encounters with the Nuggets were inevitable given his stay within the Western Conference and the division. However, facing them in the playoffs twice in his initial 2 years on the new job must have stirred conflicting emotions. Taking over the Nuggets front office when they were a non-factor in the West, Connelly must feel immense pride in contributing to their transformation into champions. This journey was of course bolstered by Booth's adept draft selections and strategic free agent signings, which ultimately propelled the Nuggets to their championship victory last season. But the longevity of these positive sentiments remain uncertain. This matchup was among the most eagerly anticipated of the second round, really of the whole playoffs. With the absence of heavyweights like the Warriors and Lakers, the NBA's marquee figures LeBron James and Stephen Curry won't be gracing the court. However, Edwards and Jokic are poised to step into the spotlight, becoming the new faces of the league in their absence. This series has the potential to propel the league's efforts in nurturing the next generation of stars. Jokic stands as the frontrunner for his third MVP title in the last 4 seasons, while Edwards has garnered attention through a standout performance against the Suns. These two teams' success is changing the NBA. By ascending to the top of the league, the Nuggets and the Timberwolves are presenting a blueprint for constructing an NBA franchise within the framework of the current CBA. If we look at the most recent era of NBA basketball, as characterized by blockbuster trades for superstars or high-profile free agent signings, this period seems to be defined by organic development. Front offices are now compelled to exercise prudence and intelligence in their decision-making, whether it be in major transactions or small-scale moves. Homegrown teams like the Nuggets, Timberwolves, and even the Thunder are among the best in the league, while superstar team-ups are dwindling. Now, over the years, Nikola Jokic faced challenges from Gobert's formidable length and athleticism. However, during the NBA bubble, while Gobert was still with the Utah Jazz, Jokic managed to decipher Gobert's defensive strategies and identify areas where he could exploit his weaknesses. To counter Jokic's offensive prowess, the Wolves have attempted to impede him by assigning Towns to guard him while relying on Gobert as a defensive anchor in the paint, often providing support if defensive coverage falters. Aaron Gordon's preference for roaming around the dunker spot allows Gobert to remain effective in his role, but Jokic consistently dominates nearly every opponent he faces. The Timberwolves have typically aimed to limit his passing and assist numbers to disrupt the rhythm of players like Jamal Murray, Porter Jr., and the rest of Jokic's supporting cast. While Jokic averaged 9 assists per game in the regular season, he only managed 4.4 in 4 games against the Wolves during the regular season. However, it's one thing to strategize and another to execute successfully against a player of Jokic's caliber, given his size and exceptional decision-making skills. But Minnesota is doing a great job of it, even though he consistently stays ahead of his opponents, seemingly anticipating their moves. Minnesota's defense is at the top of the league for a reason. Perhaps Minnesota is truly prepared to confront this challenge head-on for years to come, given their history of battles with the Nuggets leading up to this moment. Both sides are well aware of what to expect, Jokic and the Nuggets included. Connelly, along with several other ex-Nuggets staff members who joined him in Minnesota, played a significant role in strategizing for last year's series. This becomes increasingly important for Minnesota, with Coach Finch facing limitations with his recent knee injury. I think Connelly likely understood that the Wolves faced an uphill battle in last year's playoffs against the eventual champion Nuggets. The Towns-Gobert duo struggled due to injury concerns, and Edwards hadn't yet found a solution to combat aggressive double teams. However, this time feels a little different. The Timberwolves, with a regular season record of 56-26, finished just 1 game behind the Nuggets and seem poised to challenge the reigning champions. The team seems healthy, Anthony Edwards has emerged as an absolute superstar, and the Nuggets aren't looking as dominant as they did in the 2023 playoffs. This video is being released following Game 2 of the series, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have been nothing short of dominant. While the Nuggets will certainly have some fight in them, a 2-0 lead places the Wolves in position to take the next steps as an organization. These two teams have history, and lucky for basketball fans, a new rivalry has officially emerged, hopefully for years to come. Thanks for watching Sports Pantheon.